Edge.
We have Alan Small on the telephone. Good morning, Mr. Small.
Good morning, Dean.
How are you, sir?
Very good.
You're from my neck of the woods, I understand it.
Okay, if you live in Markham.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, listen, tell us about you're from the Libertarian Party, and I saw actually one of your signs on 14th Avenue the other day.
Yeah, the big winds, boy. Those we put them up the day before the big windstorm, and so we're may have to go back and repair some of them,
or go look for them,
or go look for them. Exactly.
Yeah. So, listen, what is the Libertarian Party, and what exactly do you believe?
Well, we've been around for a while, believe it or not. We're essentially a party that believes that the government is far too large, is doing too many things, and should only be doing certain things and doing those well. And so we're all for downsizing the government and giving people back the responsibilities that they should be dealing with, rather than having the government look after them.
Is it? I actually haven't heard of your party, and I'm just being honest.
Yeah, well, you see, that's primarily why we're doing this. I mean, we I'm very realistic. I don't expect to come out and even garner any vote. Well, we hope to get a few votes in Markham, but
come on, some self-confidence there, man.
Well, you don't
hear that from a Stanley Cup contender, right?
Yeah. How do you expect to get past the first round, to be honest with you? I
don't know how we got to the playoffs.
Exactly. Well, we're not like the Leafs, at least.
No, they're not in the playoffs either. And you know who I like too? I don't know who I'm going to vote for between Stephen Harper or Jack Layton, to be honest with you, in this next election, because I like them both.
Well, you know why I don't know? Because there's really no difference between any of them. They're virtually identical to one another. They all want to spend a lot of money to do a lot of things. I mean, they have to do something in Ottawa for all the time that they sit around. So they come up with all these new ways to spend our money, and then they tax us. And we're not like that at all. Mm-hmm. We would reduce the time of government sitting. I mean, government really should only be a part-time job. How many laws can you have? Every time they spend so much time sitting around, they're always dreaming up new laws.
Yeah, you make a good point.
I think I might vote for Alan Small now.
No, you make a great point. It's like they just sit there sort of planning and talking about what they're going to do, as opposed to putting in the few things that need to be in action.
Exactly. You know, politics was part-time once. If you go back in history, you look at people hated to do the job, but now they want to do the job because I won't say that our government is corrupt, but they're corrupt.
Yeah. Good for not saying it.
They pay off all their buddies with big contracts. They buy this, that, and the other thing, and that's exactly why they want the power. Not only don't we want the power, we don't even want the job. It essentially, if I actually had this job, it would be a part-time job for me.
So let me get this straight: the Libertarians, if I understand this correctly, you as a Libertarian don't even really want the job that you're running for, and if you guys get power of the country of Canada, which between you and me probably won't happen.
Oh yeah, well,
but
news.
Yeah, I know. But if you would get rid of all the people that were doing the work in Ottawa, and you would get rid of most of government, and just have guys like, let's say, what do you do for a job? Like, what's your other job?
No. Well, we wouldn't. I'm retired.
Okay, so you would just go to Florida and then come back and go whatever.
No. The government has a specific purpose, and the primary purpose is to protect us from force outside and force and fraud within the country of Canada. So to allow for the free trade of individuals. So that's their purpose.
Can I say something here?
Sure.
You sound exactly. I like this guy. I'm voting for Alan Small.
Honestly.
So you sound a lot like a guy that works here. His name's Uncle Derek. Uncle Derek, why don't you ask him a couple questions?
Alan, I got a question for you.
Shoot.
Talk about the victimless crimes and getting rid of the pot laws.
Yes.
What about horse? Can you say horse?
No.
Oh, all right. Pot laws, go.
Well, yes, victimless crimes, and yeah, the only victim, as it sounds like you are a victim.
Oh, yeah.
But as long
I don't even know who's talking.
But as long as you alone are the victim and you're doing it to yourself, I don't have a problem with that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're darn right. No problem. Yeah, you know who? You know the government takes all our money. You know who they are? They're a bunch of whores, Alan. What are we going to do about the whores in Ottawa?
Well, you know, and I can say this, is that if you read between lines what Alan's saying is he's just basically the Libertarian Party is a representation of all the people that are just pissed off with the overspending, the bureaucracy, and the needless waste with government. Is that what I'm to understand?
Well, I wish it was true. You know, in the last election, more than 40% of the people didn't even bother voting in Canada.
That's scary.
If those people voted for us, we would be the majority.
I'm with you. Holy jumping. I can't believe I almost swore.
Do you guys have a website?
Yes, we do. It's libertarian.ca, and if you go there, you'll see our candidates. And mostly, we're only in 2 provinces. We're Ontario and British Columbia. And you know, Dean, if you ever leave the show, we could use a guy like you.
I want to join too.
Absolutely, we'll
All
give
right.
you your own riding.
Yay!
You sound awesome,
Yeah,
buddy.
yeah, you do.
You sound like a great guy. We really appreciate your time, Alan Small from the Libertarian Party, and best of luck to you. I know you don't want the job. I know you don't expect the win, and I know you think it's funny, but at the very least, you're standing up for what you believe in. Right?
And on a positive.
Actually, I don't think it's funny. I think it's very serious,
Sad.
and I would really appreciate people thinking about this and giving me their vote.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I promise you that I will vote for either you or one other person.
Well, that's the only choice you have.
All right. There you go. You figured
Well, at
it out.
least you have a choice.
Yes, you
now.
do.
Yeah.
You got to vote, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Alan, don't work too hard for the rest of the day now, okay? I know you put in a few minutes.
My signs.
You're going to go find your signs?
Find your sign.
Yes.
The wind blew them over.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Alan. All the best.
All right.
Oh, great. What a super guy.
You know, he makes a point about the overspending.
Yeah, what did he say?
Oh, he said that Ottawa is a bunch of whores, and they're taking our money. They're like whores that have like a criminal record, but no one will put them in jail. It's like there's no whore jail. They just run amok on there. And whores.
No, that was funny.
That was
Who's that
unexpected.
Green Party
actually.
leader?
Elizabeth
May.
Hay.
And
Hey,
the other,
May.
who's the Horvath one? What's she again?
NDP.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's it.
Andrea Horvath. I'm going to get her on. I thought it was Horbath. Which
Most
would
of them
be
need, right?
disgusting, wouldn't it? I mean, the water after that would be after the Horbath. I don't know.
That was wild, though, wasn't it?
Sounded exactly like Uncle Derek.